Are you looking for the best mirrorless cameras? In this video we will look at some of the best mirrorless cameras. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Canon EOS R10. The Canon EOS R10 is one of the best entry-level mirrorless cameras we've tested. Though it isn't exactly cheap, it's an excellent choice for beginners who can afford it, with excellent ergonomics and a highly intuitive user interface. Image quality is great thanks to its high-res APS-C sensor, and the camera is versatile enough for video work and vlogs. With 4K recording at up to 60 frames per second, you can record video in a wide range of styles. The R10 also has a great battery life and one of the most reliable autofocus systems on the market. That said, lens selection is still somewhat limited for Canon's RF mount, but you can adapt older EF and EFS lenses if you buy an EF-EOS or adapter. If you'd prefer a more established mirrorless system, the Fujifilm X-S10 is another great choice, and it features in-body image stabilization (IBIS) to help you get smoother handheld shots. However, it's been discontinued, and it may be harder to find brand new. Its autofocus also isn't as reliable as the AF on the Canon. Number 2. Sony Alpha-6400. If the Canon EOS R10 is out of your price range, a Sony APS-C alpha camera like the Sony Alpha-6400 represents a good middle ground for price and performance. It's begun to show its age a little, with an outdated user interface and ergonomics that leaves something to be desired. However, its sensor can capture excellent quality images, and the camera's autofocus system remains one of the best in its class, even today. For those who want to save even more money, the Sony Alpha-6100 uses the same sensor but has a lower resolution EVF and a slightly cheaper build. On the flip side, the pricier Sony Alpha-6600 takes that same sensor and puts it in a sturdier body with a bigger battery and IBIS. Overall, the choice between these three cameras comes down to what you need out of a camera body, but they all capture beautiful images and high-quality 4K video, so each one can be a good choice, depending on your budget. Next-gen speed, experience the world's fastest 0.2 seconds AF with real-time AF and object tracking. Enhanced subject capture, wide 425 phase/425 contrast detection points over 84% of the sensor. Fast and accurate, up to 11 FPS continuous shooting at 24.2 MP RAW with crisp, clear natural colors. Multiple movie functions, make time-lapse movies or slow/quick motion videos without post-processing. Number 3. Canon EOS R50. Those on a tighter budget will love the Canon EOS R50, which is one of the best value starter cameras on the market. It's portable enough to take on the go and features a high-resolution APS-C sensor that performs well for its class. It's also incredibly intuitive to use for those who've only ever used a smartphone camera, thanks to a robust auto mode that takes most of the guesswork out of photography. Plus, it's a solid vlogging camera, with 4K video recording at up to 30 frames per second and a fully articulated screen to help you monitor yourself while recording. The Olympus OND EM10 Mark IV is another great budget camera, especially if you need something even more portable. It's part of the Micro Four Thirds system, so compatible lenses are more compact, and there are more lenses to choose from. Plus, it's one of the very few cameras at this price point to feature IBIS. Its autofocus isn't nearly as reliable as the AF on the R50, and its ergonomics can feel more cramped. Compact, lightweight RF mount camera with a 24.2 megapixel CMOS APS-C sensor and DigicX processor. 4K uncropped movie with dual-pixel CMOS AF2 at up to 30 frames per second oversampled from 6K and Full HD high frame rate movie at up to 120 frames per second. Movie for close-up demo mode quickly switches focus when a product is brought close to the camera. Number 4. Sony ZV-E10. If you want to get started in video, look no further than the Sony ZV-E10. This budget vlogging camera is the perfect video camera to get you started. It's similar to Sony Alpha cameras like the Sony Alpha-6100 mentioned above but is geared more toward vloggers and video shooters. To that end, it has an updated internal microphone, a detachable windscreen to reduce ambient noise, and a fully articulated screen that makes it easy to monitor yourself while recording. Unfortunately, you don't get a viewfinder here, but the camera is super portable and feels relatively well built. Its battery life is also impressive for a mirrorless model. Plus, its autofocus system is reliable and accurate, and it even has specialized focus modes for vloggers, like Product Showcase, which automatically switches focus to any object held up in the frame for, say, product reviews or makeup tutorials. Overall, if you're looking for a beginner video camera that won't break the bank, this one's hard to beat. Large 24.2 MP APS-C XMR CMOS sensor and fast Bions-X processor. 4K movie oversampled from 6kW/full pixel readout, no pixel binning. Product Showcase setting transitions focus from face to object. Background defocus button instantly toggles between defocus effect on/off. Easy live streaming with single USB cable and no extra hardware/software. Number 5. Canon EOS R100. Cheap isn't really a word that comes to mind when we think of cameras, but there are options out there that won't cost you a fortune. Your best bet is to look for a camera on the used market, but if you don't want to risk it or if that isn't an option for you, the Canon EOS R100 is a good choice for beginners who want to keep costs down as much as possible. It's as basic as they come, with no tilt screen, minimal controls, and limited video features. What it does have, though, is a high-resolution APS-C sensor that can capture great images. It's also chock full of useful auto modes to help beginners get started. More importantly, if you've never used a camera before and this is the only one within your budget, it'll get you out there shooting, which ultimately transcends having the latest and greatest camera tech. Compact, lightweight EOS R series camera with an affordable price. Smallest and lightest camera body in the EOS R Series 1 built for excellent mobility. High image quality with a 24.1 megapixel CMOS APS-C sensor and Digic 8 processor. Dual pixel CMOS AF covering a wide area to up to 143 zones with auto subject detection and eye detection AF available with servo AF. Continuous capture of up to 6.5 shots per second when set to 1 shot AF.